Do you notice what's on set here, guys? It is time for the return of our trade buyers and sellers board. We need like a nickname for Boardy is probably not enough. We gotta come up with something. It needs its own Twitter account. With Anthony Davis's trade request, I'm gonna ask Tracy, please.
Oh yeah.
Sir, move the Pelicans. We had them in the buyers. Well, we had them in the buyers category because we thought they had to be buyers to keep AD to stay, or to convince him to stay. The Pelicans.
Yeah.
They now appear to be in the sellers category, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
We know that the Celtics won't be acquiring Davis at the trade deadline, at least not actually physically acquiring him. Because we've talked about this quite a bit on this show. It's work in the CBA where you cannot have two players you trade for on the designated rookie extension, the Rose Rule. So they can get him, but only once Kyrie gets a new contract this summer. So the question, guys, is do you think that the Celtics are going to miss out on the Anthony Davis sweepstakes? Because, Tracy, we expected him to make this trade request in the summer. The fact that he made it now seems at least partially about the fact that it's the Celtics can't trade for him now.
Yeah, well, I still think the Celtics are the front runners to land Anthony Davis. I just think the assets that they have makes more sense for both parties, for the Pelicans and for the Celtics to even out a trade with the talent that they have on the Celtics. I just don't know if any other team can make a big splash or make it look sexier for the Pelicans to make a trade right now this season. So if I'm the Pelicans, I mean, I have all the leverage. I want to hold out and make this trade with Boston Celtics to acquire a Tatum or Rozier and get multiple pieces that I know can be cornerstones for my franchise moving forward.
You know, earlier I joked that AD is going to be a Laker by Saturday on ABC on primetime against the Warriors. Tune in. But that's obviously I'm being facetious. If you're Dell Demps, there's no urgency for him to do the deal now, knowing that the Celtics are out there and they're interested. Like Max said, they've got those young players, they've got the picks, they've got the ability to put together the best package. You look at the Lakers, you can say to yourself, well, if I don't do a Laker deal now, are they going to turn around and trade all those things for Bradley Beal? No, they're probably going to still wait.
No, I mean, the reason, look, there are pros and cons on both sides. I certainly get the merits of waiting for the Celtics. And by the way, just because the Celtics can't make a deal now doesn't mean they can't agree to a deal now. It kind of depends on how much you trust Danny Ainge, how much faith you have that none of the pieces you're agreeing to don't get hurt. This Pelicans team had a catastrophic injury happen to Boogie Cousins that wrecked the plans that they had going for the summer. So that is possible. There's also the idea, at least, that now that teams bidding on him now are bidding on 1.5 years of his services. As opposed to 1 year of his services. Now in the Lakers' case, that probably doesn't make that big a difference because they think they're getting him in the long term either way anyway.
But the idea is if you are the Lakers, one of these other teams is vying for him now, this is the time to be aggressive because you basically eliminated your biggest rival in this sweepstakes. And so, you know, I was talking about it last night kind of in the media room with a bunch of people at the Clipper game. Said, who goes that extra step and goes
who are the most aggressive buyers?
And goes full Brooklyn. Say, you have all the picks. I mean, and to me...
Goes full Brooklyn is
fantastic. Brooklyn, I mean, just go all the picks. Take what you want. Because someone, actually, one of the producers today asked me, well, if you're the Lakers...
They have names, Amin.
Well, it wasn't one of the producers on The Jump. It was one of the producers on another show. Asked me, if you had the Lakers, would you offer them all? And I said, yeah. I said, but
yes.
I said, why? They said, why would you do that? I said, because I have AD and I have LeBron and I have a ton of cap space after that. I can get role players. You know, the easy part is the hard part in the NBA, and the hard part is the easy part. We all can sit here and say, AD is an amazing player. They don't need a whole lot of film work or stats work or anything. We know that. But then the hard part is there's only like a handful of guys like that, and so we're all fighting for that guy's attention. The hard part is the easy part, which is we all know, like role players are a dime a dozen. But it takes actual sitting down and scouting and development.
Do you think any of these offers, and by the way, you mentioned the Lakers, I've seen reporting that the Knicks are going to be aggressive. There's a bunch of teams that are like, hey, why not? Let's try it. Do you think anyone's aggressive enough that a deal gets done before February 7th? You don't see it.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I don't know if anyone's prepared to go full Brooklyn yet.
I did, as I was talking to, you speak of the net going full Brooklyn, full Nets. I was speaking to Bobby Marks this morning, and I said, well, how legal is it? Like, how much of an agreement can Danny Ainge and Dell Demps make right now? Can they do it sort of before July? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you know, it's considered fine. He goes, as long as there's no paper trail, or if you have a Russian owner. That was fantastic.
Here's why you shouldn't go full Brooklyn.